Okay, good morning, everyone. Okay, I'm back for another paper today. This whole series is meant to let students online to prepare for your upcoming national exams. So last week I have already did one paper on Emacs. Okay, so this week. Okay, I need to adjust the volume. Okay. So what we are going to do is we are going to it's, it's private. Interesting though. I thought I already mentioned it to public, but it's okay. I think I can release it later on. Okay, so basically what we are doing today will be another paper, but this time it's a set 4 paper. Since last week we did on paper 1, so today we will be working on paper 2. Okay, I only have 2 hours today. So I will be going slightly faster in terms of the workings, in terms of the explanation and all. So along the way, if you were to watch this video and then you feel that there's things that you want to ask or clarify, okay, leave it in the comments section below. Or those people who are on IG, I'm not sure how many people will be able to see it, but I'm looking to actually do this and then later on do some post processing for my IG. So like I always mention, this is part of my documenting process. Okay, so without further ado, okay, let's get right into it. Okay, we don't have much time actually today, so let's get started. Okay. So this is Tanjong Katong Secondary School Prelim 2021 Set 4 questions. Okay, also just to let everyone know, I did not prep this paper beforehand. I did not, at least up to this point, I haven't even read through the questions yet. I have no idea what questions is going to come up with. I want to really do this paper as if it's a most natural state. Okay, so there will be certain things that I may not be so sure at that instant because I don't want to be fully preparing this like way beforehand and then go through it just like the answer keys. Okay, so I want to do it alongside with you guys, just like how you guys are preparing for your exams every now and then when you all are doing practice papers. You guys will not know what questions will come up. You guys will not know how to solve it at the instant. Okay, so I want to walk this journey with you most importantly. Okay, so get your calculators and pen and paper ready. If you guys manage to have this paper on hand, okay, this paper is searchable online. Okay, so if you guys have this paper on hand, good for you. Okay, you guys can do it together. Otherwise, you guys can follow me on my live lah. Okay, can. Okay, let's go. Okay, Tanjong Katong Secondary School Prelim 2021 Sec 4 Paper 2. Paper 2 Okay, let's start. Okay, y is a single fraction, it's the simplest form, 3t squared over w divided by w, 9t squared over divided by 9t squared over w cubed. Okay, this one quite simple, not too quite straightforward this one. Okay, so like I always mention, I always want to make sure the things are in the correct place first. So I want to tweak this thing over. Okay, then we can do a lot of cancellation already. So my w and this one becomes a 2. This one becomes a 2. Then my t squared disappears. My 9 will become 3. This one will become 1. So whatever's left is only here, which is w squared over 3. Okay, this one quite straightforward, so I don't talk too much already. Okay, 3 over y minus 1 minus 5 over y plus 6. This one I can quickly just put that into the same denominator by multiplying the denominators like that. And then so it's 3, then y plus 6 minus 5 times y minus 1. Okay, so we can do the simplification here. So it's 3y plus 18 minus 5y plus 5. Okay, at the bottom, do we need to expand? The answer is no, don't need. Just leave it like that, can already. Okay, so it's minus 2y plus 13 over y minus 1, y plus 6. Okay, this will be the answer already. Y plus 1, no, y minus 1, sorry. Y minus 1, y plus 6. Okay, that would be the answer. Very straightforward. Okay, next. We got B. Okay, simplify 2v squared minus 5v minus 12 over 16 minus v squared. Okay, this one, few things you can do. As you can see, you must be able to identify the three sacred lines. I always talk about the three sacred lines, which is the identities. Must go and identify them first. Okay, so the bottom, obviously, we can do it. We can simplify it to be 4 plus v, 4 minus v. Okay, so let's write it down first. So this is 4 plus v, 4 minus v. So what's on top? 2v squared minus 5v minus 12. Okay, the most simplest form of doing this, right, is to just observe, or you can use a calculator. So this is 2v, this is v. Okay, normally for me, I'll use a calculator to go and solve for the roots, solve for the equations, then I divide it back. That is the fastest way you can do so. Since they never say what you can do, so you can see that the roots are 4 and negative 3 over 2. So this one will be plus 3, this one will be minus 4. Okay, for those of you who are still curious about how do I get this root very quickly and straightforward, do contact me directly, leave your comments in the YouTube video or wherever you're watching this, and then I can go through this review on this privately. Okay, then we see over here, one is v minus 4, one is 4 minus v. I'm very tempted to go and change the sign to go and cancel stuff out. Okay, in fact, let's do that because I don't think it can be left like that. So what I can do is I want to make it a negative. I want to change the v minus 4 to 4 minus v, like that. So why do I want to do that? Because I can go and cancel out my 4 minus v at the back. So it will become minus 2v minus 2v minus 3 over 4 plus v. Okay, I see that the terms are quite similar, so I know that they can be swapped. These terms can be swapped around to eliminate them. So this is the important one. Okay, I'm just concerned that a lot of students will be missing this out, so that they will not be able to get the full marks for this. 4 plus v, like that. Okay, can? Okay, let's go on. Okay, question. Install A, 1 chicken pie cost 150, 1 mushroom pie cost 130, 1 tuna pie cost 180. Install B, 1 chicken pie cost 20 cents more, 1 mushroom pie cost 30 cents lesser, 1 tuna pie cost 10 cents lesser. This information can be represented by the matrix P. Then you got all this bracket stuff. So this one is a 2 by 3 matrix. Okay, so Simon buys 50 chicken pies and 20 tuna pies. Ivy buys 40 chicken pies, 40, 20, 30. Represent their purchases in the 3 by 2. Okay, 3 by 2. Normally, how I remember 3 by 2 is I go 3 by 2. 3 by 2. So I want to go 3 downwards. Okay, so chicken, tuna. Because Simon doesn't buy any mushroom stuff. So if I were to draw the matrix, it will look like that. So 50, 0, 20. Then the other one is 40, 20, 30. Just like that. Okay. Evaluate the R equals to PQ. So I want to multiply the two together. Okay. Of course, before we go in to do them blindly, let's think a bit about how it works. Is that this, what does this R could represent? Okay, this R could represent in this case because it's their money together. One is the price, one is the quantity, one is the pricing. So I put them together. What I can think of is maybe this R could represent the revenue. The revenue that is or maybe how much they paid, how much did Simon pay, for example. Okay, so give yourself a bit of a self-thought while doing these kind of questions. Huh? Okay, so let's go and see what's going on here. Then we're going to evaluate the matrices together. Okay, need to write everything. I would say recommended lah. Okay, so I equals to PQ equals to this whole thing 1.5, 1.3, 1.8. Okay, then this is 0.2 minus 0.3 minus 0.1. Then this is 50, 0, 20, 40, 20, 30. Like that. So we can just evaluate them all together. Okay, so do you guys still remember how to do and evaluate your matrices? Okay, matrices for Sec 4 students, you guys should be just learn or just finish learning it. Okay, so this one should be quite fresh. Okay, so this one I can see And at the same time, we need to understand that what is the final matrix that we are looking at. Because one is 3 by 2. Okay, this one is 2 by 3. And then the other one is 3 by 2. So the resultant matrix will be, okay, so this is P is I write over here, this is 2 by 3. Q is 3 by 2. That means if I want to evaluate them together as R, it will be a 2 by 2 matrix. This one is important. You must be able to know what is your matrix at the end of the day as you put the things together. When you see as a 2 by 2, you need to go and understand what are the different elements of each of the matrices inside. Okay, so this one is a 2 by 2. 2 by 2. Okay, let's see how do we bring a 2 by 2 together. 3 by 3, 2 by 2. Okay, so this one is 1.5 times 50 is 75. Okay, it doesn't buy anything over there. 3 is 20 days plus. So there's a 1.5 times 50, there's a 1.3 times 0, there's a 1.8 times 20. 1.8 times 20 is 36. Okay, so that's the first one. Okay, and then the other one will be 2 by 2. 3 by 3. Cannot be 3 by 3 because there are too many things really. Okay, so the other one will be 0.2. 2 by 2. 2 by 2. I expect a 2 by 1 though. 2 by 2. How would the 2 by 2 be? EQ. Oh, store A and store B. Okay, store A and store B. So there'll be one on top for store A and there'll be another one for store B. Okay, so let's have a look. So the on top one will be 7.5 and then no 75 plus 0 plus 36. Okay, then that is for the top. Then we also have the 1.5. So the other one will be 60. So it's 1.5 times 40. Then 1.3 times 20 is 26. Then 1.8 times 30 is 54. Okay, then we multiply those things at the bottom, which is 0.2 times 5, which is a 1 or a 10. Then don't have. Then minus 2. Okay, and then the other side will be 40 times 2 is 8. And then minus 20 times 0.3 is 6. 30 times negative 0.1 is negative 3. Like that. So we need to evaluate this full matrix out. Would be 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. That's for the first one. Then 86. 140. Then we got 8. Then we got minus 1. Okay, so this is my R. So it's a 2 by 2 matrix. Okay, of course, before we move on to the other questions, let's take a step back and what are these questions on what are these metrics mean? Okay, so this one will be how much did Simon spend at store A. Okay, 140 will be how much does Ivy spend at store A. Then we move on to the bottom. The 8 represents that how much more will Simon pay if he buys at store B compared to store A. He will be paying $8 more. And then the negative one means how much will Ivy pay lesser if he buys at store B instead of store A. So in this case, Ivy will save $1 if he buys at store B instead of store A. Okay, so this is some of the, we don't know whether the questions will ask about, but at least we take a step back and then we go and see. At least we understand it from our own point of view, we can better appreciate the matrices. Okay, so using your answer in B to explain whether is it better for Simon to buy from store A or B. Simon is the one on the left, which is the 111 and the 8. So it is better to buy from store A because it will cost $8 more if he buys from store B. That's the whole idea. Okay, so basically when we do the matrix already, we must be able to take a step back and understand what does the elements of each matrix mean. Okay, then we can better appreciate matrices question. If not, we just blindly do and do and do. You will not be able to understand the formula or to remember how is it being applied. Okay, so all this, the only time when they test matrix question is in real life application. So take a step back and understand about the real life application behind it. Okay. Okay, B. Store B has a promotion of 30% off on all pies, while prices in store A increase by 10. Using your answer in B or otherwise, calculate the lowest total amount that both Simon and Ivy will pay for the price. Store B 30% off. Store A increase by 10. Calculate the lowest total amount both Simon and Ivy will pay. That means I need to calculate for both A and B. Can, no problem. Oh, this is 140, sorry. Okay, so store A increased by 10. Okay, so I can calculate store A first. Store A right now their total will be 111 plus 140, which is 251. So if they increase by 10%, that means 251 plus 25.1. This one is 276.1. That means if they both buy at store A, both of them in total will be paying 276.1. That is for store A. Okay, then for store B. Store B got 30% off. Okay, so I need to go and calculate what do they how much are they spending in store B first. So that means the total will be 251 plus 8 minus 1. Why? Because we take the 251 from the store A, and then we go and account for the differences that they are going to pay in store B, which is $8 more for Simon, $1 less for Ivy. Okay, so we can do this. So his answer is 258, but it's a 30% down. It's a 30% discount. So it's actually 70% of 258. That's the idea. Okay, I believe this number will definitely be lower. Let's go and find out how many. So this is 175. 175 is 180.6. Okay, I just verify it again. 258 times 17. 180.6, correct? Okay, so this 180.60. So because they want the lowest amount, so it's 180.6. So technically, if the store B got 30% off, they should all go buy from store B lah. That's the general idea. Okay, can. That concludes for question 2. Quite straightforward lah, the D part. Okay, let's continue. Okay, question 3, 3A. In the parallelogram PQRS, QR is 12.7, angle PQR is 50. Parallelogram, okay, indicate the stuff first. These two are parallel, these two are parallel, these two are equal, these two are equal. Always have the habit to annotate your diagrams. The area of parallelogram is 52.6. Show that the length of RS, the slanted line, is 5.407. Okay. The area of parallelogram is quite straightforward because why? Because the area, which is 52.6. Okay, I write down the formula first. Area equals to the perpendicular height times the base. So in this case, we don't know the perpendicular height, but we need to find the perpendicular height in order to find the RS, because RS is like the hypotenuse of the triangle. I'll show you guys later. So the base is 12.7. So that means the perpendicular height is 52.6 divided by 12.7. 52.6 divided by 12.7 will be this blah 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 amount. It should be 526 over 127. I can leave it as such first because it's not the final answer. But what I need, why do I need to find the perpendicular height? Because if you look closely at the diagram, if I were to draw the perpendicular height, how will it look like? It's here. This is my perpendicular height. This dotted line over here. And this dotted line over here will allow me to use trigonometry to go and find PQ, which is equivalent to RS. Okay, so from here we can find a lot of things already. So if we were to plug out our basic trigonometry, which is sine 50 equals to the perpendicular height over my PQ. And later we can equate PQ to RS. Okay, so the perpendicular height is the 1526 over 127. So I can just leave it like that. I don't need to write it into the equation itself because I already solved it previously. Okay, so my PQ will be equal to this 526 over 127 divided by sine 50. So it's divided by sine 50. Okay, which is 5.406647. Okay, since PQ equals to RS, so RS will also be equal to 5.06647, which you can round it off to 5.407 cm, which is, why is it that it's not 3 sig feet here? Because the question requires us to show that it's 5.407. So we give the question what they want. Okay, don't need to be too picky and anal about the significant figures, the rounding off and stuff. Give the questions what they want and all will be good. Okay, so they want here, in this case, this is actually 4 sig feet. But okay, well, they want 4 sig feet, then give 4 sig feet. It doesn't matter. Does not matter. Don't be too picky about it. Okay, next. Hence or otherwise, calculate the length of the longer diagonal of the parallelogram PQRS. Okay, so what do they mean by longer diagonal? So in this case, I will be seeing that this one, this line over here. Okay, let me just quickly highlight this. This one. Okay, so do we have the angle? Yes, we have the angle, but okay, so what I can see here, we can use a simple cosine rule to help us go and find this angle. Okay, why? Because to make it simpler, I want to keep all the annotations within the diagram itself. I don't want to go out of the diagram. So PS is 12.7, obviously. We have found this one already, which is 5.407. So in fact, I can find QPS that can use cosine rule. Okay, so let's bring it down. Okay, find the longer diagonal, hence or otherwise. I don't see otherwise method. RS is given, so let's just use that. Okay, but before that, we need to go and establish that we need to find QPS, which is 180 minus 50. Why? Because it's angles in the same segment. Okay, which is 130. So from here, which is this one is 130 degrees. So from here, we are able to use cosine rule to help us find the length of QS, which is the longer diagonal, which is what they're asking for. Okay, so let's find QS. But of course, for me, how do I normally present my workings is I use my formula. So QS is equals to QS square equals to the PQ square plus my PS square minus 2 times P times PS cosine 130. Okay, so I'll leave it as what is being stated. Which side am I using? Then on the next line, I go and write down the things that I already have. Okay, so PQ is my RS, which is 5.407 square plus PS is 12.7 square. 2 times 5.407, then it's 12.7 cosine 130. Okay, just a quick gentle reminder, while you guys are doing this, ensure that you guys are calculator and the correct mode. Don't put the radians, okay? This one is a degree mode. They give in degree, work in degrees. So as you can see, all the numbers that's given is on the right side of the equation. Just key in everything, then square root it, get the answer, and then we are done. Okay, so 5.047 square minus 12.7 square, no, plus, sorry, 5.407 square plus 12.7 square minus 2 times 5.407 times 12.7 times cosine 130. So the value for QS square is what I get from my calculator is 278.804. Then I can square root that thing to go and find my QS, which is 16.697, 16.7 cm to 36 feet. Okay, 697. Okay, of course, before we move on to the next question and just continue, let's go back. Let's go back quickly to go and see that it's actually makes sense. Okay, the QR is 12.7. I would expect QS to be slightly longer, a bit longer than 12.7. So I got 16.7. Okay, makes sense. Then we go on. Okay, a lot of people they don't check their work. Study they will get something like 5. They get like a QS equal to 5 cm, then happily just go on. Okay, without understanding that the answer just don't make sense. Okay, so make sure your answers make sense before you guys proceed. Okay, important reminder. So this one quite straightforward for cosine rule. Okay, yeah. Okay, let's continue. This one not too difficult. Let's continue. Okay, part B. Obviously, part B is a different question, but I don't know why they like to call it part B. Just a different question altogether. Okay, in the diagram, the points A, B, C, D lie on the circle with center O. So O is the center, take note. ADC 118, BAO 32. Give reasons for your answer. Find ABC. ABC is very straightforward because ABC equals to 180 minus 118 because why? Angles in a cyclic quad. Okay, angles in a cyclic quad because points A, B, C, D are all points that touches the circumference of the circle. So if all 4 points touches the circumference of the circle, the diagonal angles will always add up to 180. Okay, so it's this one and this one will add up to 180. Confirm. This one is a confirm thing. Okay, so the answer will be 62. Okay, the reason is angles in cyclic quad. Hey, you mean for oh, hang on. Hey, but on YouTube it's hearing, right? On YouTube it's hearing, right? That means on my 有吗？应该有声音吗？okay 嘞，my YouTube got sound. Just now, oh no, just now my Zoom no sound. My Zoom didn't record sound. That means my IG is all. I don't know whether. Oh no, I don't know for the past videos got audio or not. That. Oh no, never mind. Let me go and see into it later. Oh no. Hopefully, but I see my Zoom live now. It's got sound leh. See it, but I'm looking to actually do this. Okay, my YouTube got sound. My YouTube got sound. I think I'm good. Oh, okay. Wow, I didn't turn on my mic for Zoom. Should have audio, right? Sekali people on my Instagram see me like doing some nothing, just doing empty talk. I really don't know. Oh no, but never mind. My focus here is on Zoom and on YouTube. So my YouTube can means can already. Okay, let's continue. Wow, that's a big blunder. Need to check again in future. Okay, angle BCO. BCO is where? BCO is here. Okay, this one. BCO. Okay, I already know that this is 62. Let's write it in. BCO. 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 Okay, a few things we can use because ADC is the angle at circumference. So the angle at the circumference is the always half of what is in the center. Okay, so that means we can already see that this reflects AOC will be twice of ADC. This one is also confirmed one. Okay, so angles at the center equals to twice at the circumference. Okay, so obvious. Okay, how do we help ourselves remember this? Okay, so normally in my mind, I will have this circle that does this. So I know that this is twice of this. So I know I use the angles at the center, right, will always be twice the one at the top or at the outer end. Okay. So using this same idea, we are also able to find reflex AOC. Okay, so it's reflex AOC equals to 118 times 2, which is 236. Then from there, we are able to find BCO already because BAOC forms a quadrilateral. So we can just take the whole thing and minus off. So angle BCO will be 360 minus 236 minus the 62 minus the 32. So this one is 124 minus 94, 30. 124. Okay, just quickly check again. 360 minus 236 minus 62 minus 32, 30. Okay, sweet. So what's the reasoning for this one? Because it says find giving reasons. So every line I must find reasons. So angles at center equals to 2 angles at circumference. This is the first one. Second one is angles in a chord. This one is just in the normal chord because I'm using the property that the total sum of interior angles for quadrilateral is 360. So this one quite straightforward. So if they want to die, ask you to squeeze the reason, just write angles in the chord. Can already. Okay, can. So this one 30 degrees. All good. Okay, next question 4. ABC are points on a circle with center O. AB equals to BC. AB equals to BC. Important, this one. AB equal to BC. These two are the same. P is the midpoint on chord AB. Okay, even better. That means all of these are the same. Because they say Q is the midpoint of chord BC as well. Okay, AO equal to OC because they are both the radius. So this is something I can indicate as well. Prove that OAP is congruent to OCQ. OAP congruent to OCQ. Quite straightforward. Okay, why? Because OA equals to OC, which is the radius. It's not really given. If it's given, that means they will explicitly state it in the question itself. But this one is radius of circle. That's the first one. Okay. At the same time, we can also say that AP equals to CQ because they are both perpendicular bisectors. Or we can say that there's a lot of reasons to write that actually. So we can say that CB equals to AB, which is given. CB equals BC. Okay, let's write it properly. So AB equals to BC, which is given. Therefore, AP is equal to CQ. So in fact, for reasons, can you write this also? Yes, it's because it's this reason that I use here is given. So we just use that one. Can one, no problem. Okay, at the same time, we can see that what we can also use. I'm very tempted to use the 90 though. But yeah, I can use that. So OPA is equals to OQC. Why? Because it's the perpendicular bisector of chord. Therefore, by SAS congruency or congruence, my triangle OAP is congruent to triangle OCQ. SAS. We cannot verify whether OP is the same as OQ, although it is. But the reasoning a bit. Unless I use Pythagoras theorem to prove that OP equal OQ, it can lah. But quite rarely people use Pythagoras theorem as part of the reasoning. Quite rare. Can use lah. Okay. Okay, for this, so use SAS lah. Be safer. We stick to the few proofs. Okay, next 4B. Given that the radius of the circle is 6 cm, given that the radius of a circle is 6 cm, and the obtuse angle AOC is 7 pi over 9. So here they give radian. obtuse angle is 7 pi over 9, which is 7 pi over 9, 7 pi over 9 is close to a pi. That means they are referring to this one. This is 7 pi over 9. Must be pretty clear which one they are referring to. Is it obtuse or reflex? Okay, 7 pi over 9. Calculate the shaded area. Radius is 6. Radius is 6. Okay, they're still okay, they're still okay. Why? Because I want to find the shaded areas. The shaded area is made out of two parts. One is this piece, one is this piece. So I can just find one of the pieces, then I multiply by 2. So that means from here I need to find AOB. AOB is quite straightforward. So I take 2 pi minus 7 pi over 9 divided by 2. Okay. So I want to find to make it clearer, I can find the reflex of AOC, which is 2 pi minus 7 pi over 9, which is equals to 11 pi over 9. Okay, then we can find the angle AOB, which is half of this angle, which is 11 pi over 9 divided by 2, which is 11 pi over 18. Okay, I leave everything in radians since they asked me. Since they give in radians. So from here, we are able to find the area of the triangles. We are able to find this triangle. Let me just highlight which one. This one. Which is this one. Here. Okay, so this is the one triangle I can find. So I can take the whole, I can find the, later on, I can find the sector area. Then I minus out the triangle. Okay. So from here, we can find the area of triangle first, which is a triangle AOB. So area of triangle AOB, how do you use? We use half times half AB sine C. Like that. Okay. Then I can find this one to be 18 sine 11 pi over 18. Okay. 18 sine. Oh, I need to change to this one change to radians. Change to radians. Need to be careful. So 18 sine 11 pi divided by 18. I got 16.9 something. Okay, so this is one of them. Then I can find, I want to store this value first. So this I can use it. Then I can also find the sector area. So it's a AOB, the whole sector. Okay. So sector of AOB, which is half R square sine theta. Half R square sine, oh, half R square theta. What am I talking about? Sorry. So it's half R square theta. Okay. So this one, not to worry. This one can always go back to the formula sheet to help you get some referencing, which is this one. We can always go back to the formula. At least I know there's a formula, half R square theta. Okay. So let's go back to our question here. Okay. Half R square theta. So this one is 11 pi. So this whole thing become 18. This thing cancel. So I want to find one piece of the shaded area. So the shaded area will be equals to 11 pi minus that 16.9144. Then the whole thing times 2 because got two pieces. Okay. So 11 pi minus that answer, I got 17.64 divided by 2, 8.8. 21526. 8.82 lah. cm square. 36 feet. Okay, so just now when I was doing this, I had a sudden question. I want to ask you all because I'm just seeing what kind of things that you guys will be asking. So a lot of people will find, why not just find the full 4 triangles lah?
Then I can find the sector area for everything, then minus the whole thing. Can or not? Can. Dangerous. Why? Not really dangerous, but what we know is the area of a triangle. So if you want to go and explicitly go and find the 4 triangles collectively as a whole, quite risky. So to me, I rather split the figure up to AOB and OBC. Since AOB and OBC are the same, so I can just find 1 and times 2 lah. That's my approach lah. To in a way break it down to smaller pieces, and it's easier and I'm more confident to plug in formulas from there. Instead of, yeah, technically you can find the whole sector area AOC. Can lah, but it's a bit I feel it's a bit not systematic. Not really systematic. Why? Because we don't know one. Sekali you find the sector area AOC, then you went on to spend too much time finding the 4 triangles, then it will be a hassle already. So I prefer to keep things more systematic. So I want to keep it that way. So, and I can doubly, triply confirm whatever their answer is here, right, is confirmed correct. Okay? So break it down to the smaller pieces at the smallest instance. Then you see what you can do to multiply to scale it up to find the answer that you're looking for. That is normally my approach. I feel that it's more systematic, and I don't need to think of the kind of the different potential variations that will occur. 我就不用想这些东西了。Just stick to the simple stuff, make it a system, make it a habit. Can? Can? Okay, let's move on. Question 5. A cuboid has a volume of 250 cm cube. The height of the cuboid is 8.4 cm, correct to 1 dp. Calculate the greatest possible area of the cuboid. Rounding? Interesting. Okay. 可以是可以啦. So cubic centimeter, nearest cubic centimeter. That means I want the greatest possible area. Greatest possible area, that means I want the greatest area. That means I need to have as big as I can volume, but a smallest possible area. Smallest possible height. So I need to consider where my limits are. I want the biggest area. So the end product must be the bigger, but the multiplier must be a smaller one. Okay, so here I want the biggest volume. The biggest volume nearest centimeter cube 250.49 lah. That is the nearest. If not anything more than that, 就是251 了. Okay, that's for volume. Height, I want it to be as low as possible, 8.35 to 1 dp. Since they want 1 dp, I give them 2 dp. That's the idea. Okay, 8.4 to 1 dp, nothing lower there. Okay, so my area will be this one, 250.49 divided by 8.35. I will get I get a very ugly number. It's a damn stupid fraction, but it's 29.9988. So it's 30.0 in 3 sig fig. 30.0. This 0.0 must put even though it's 0.0 because it's a 3 sig fig vulnerable value. Okay. Okay, next B. In the figure, AC and PQ are parallel. Okay. P lies on AB such that AP to PB is 1 to 5. Okay, let's indicate this one first. So this is 1 unit and this is 5 units. Okay, and then AR to RC such that AR to RC is 3 to 2. AR to RC 3 to 2. So this is 3 units and 2 units. For those of you who are asking why is it I draw circle and draw triangle, you guys can refer to my previous video about intersecting diagrams. Okay, in intersecting diagrams, I draw them differently because they are on a different scale, on a different proportion. This is to make sure that I don't confuse myself. Oh, then then people, if they don't draw the circles and the shapes, right, to differentiate between the two proportions, what will happen is, oh, they will say that AP is half of RC, which is wrong lah. It is wrong. Okay, so here I use a different indication here lah. That's what it meant. Okay, 3 to 2, 1 to 5. Explain why ABR and PBQ are similar. They are obviously similar lah. This is quite straightforward. Why? Because ABR is equals to angle PBQ, common angle. Okay. At the same time, we can also say that RAB is equals to triangle. No, not triangle. What I'm talking about. RAB, so it's QPB. This is called corresponding angles. So it's this one and this one. So by AA similarity, they are similar. Okay, this one's triangle ABR is similar to triangle PBQ. This one quite simple lah. This one don't think too much lah. Like that. You got two angles, can AA already. This one common angle. Can show that the area of PBQ, next question, show that the area of PBQ to APQR is 25 to 11. Where is PBQ? This one, this triangle here. Then we have APQR. Oh, which is here. Okay, this one can, no problem. It's not quite easy. Why? Because okay, this one must talk a bit. Must really stick with me through the thinking process. Okay. First of all, we can compare is the two triangles that we talked about in the previous part, which is ABR and PBQ. Okay. So the ABR to PBQ, because they are of the same, how to say, they are similar, they are geometrically similar, but their ratios is, but you need to understand what is the ratio of their lengths. Okay, so I'm looking at this one. I'm looking at length first. So ABR is the bigger triangle. ABR is the bigger triangle, and PBQ is the smaller triangle. If you are looking at the two triangles. So PBQ takes up 5 units of the base. But what is ABR? ABR is actually 6 units. This one must take note. Because it's 5 plus 1. 5 plus 1. This one plus this one. 5 plus 1. That means the ratio of the length is 5 to 6 in that case. Okay, so that's for the length scale. So we have the proper length scale. We need to convert them to the area scale, which is 36 to 25. Okay, once again, relating to what it means. That means if ABR is 36 units, I write it on the right hand side. I can go and see. If ABR is 36 units, that means PBQ will be 25 units. Can follow? Can. And as a result, the difference in the area will be 11 units, which is my APQR will be 36 units minus 25 units, which is 11 units. This is how we get your 11 to 25. So let's bring this one downwards. So because ABR is equals to what are we talking about? PBQ plus APQR. So 36 units equals to PBQ 25 units plus APQR. So APQR equals to 11 units. Therefore, PBQ to APQR is 25 to 11. Even though it's 1 mark, write quite a bit, but it's okay. We write a bit more to be safer. We are very clear on that. So basically, what is the key takeaway to this question? Is the scaling here. This is the important one. Okay? Can. Next, if the area of the trapezium APQR is 22, calculate ABC. Where's ABC? Oh, the full thing. Okay, quite easy. No problem. Okay, so APQR they give us is 22. Then we can actually go and find the big triangle, which is ABR. Because why? Because like we have gathered from the previous question, ABQR is 11 units. That means 11 units equals to 22 cm. Then we want to find the big triangle, which is the big triangle is ABR. ABR is 36 units, so which is equals to 36 over 11 times 22. In this case, 72 cm square. But we need to find ABC. So we need to go and study and understand what is the relationship between ABR and ABC. Okay, let's go and see. ABR and ABC. Okay, so just now for the previous part, we've been working a lot with the 1 to 5. This part is where we start to use the 3 to 2. Okay, so for these two triangles, if we look at it, we study closely the triangles ABR and ABC, they have the common height. They have a common height. So when triangles have a common height, what does it imply? It implies that the proportion of the areas is equal to the proportion of the length of the base. Okay, so from here we already see that ABR to AR to RC is 3 to 2. Okay, AR to RC is 3 to 2. That means 3 units. Okay, these 3 units here is the new one, is the new triangle one. What we are working here is all circles. This one is a new one. So I relate it to a new proportion. Okay, so make sure you don't get confused. So 3 units is 72 cm square. Okay, well, we want to find ABC. ABC is the full thing. It's the full thing. So the full thing is how many units? 5 units, which is 24 cm square times 5, which is 120 cm square. 120. Why do you get 24? 72 divided by 3, 24. Okay, 74. So no, sorry, 24 times 5, 120. That is the full triangle because the question asking for the full triangle. So that concludes for question 5. Okay, not hard. Not hard. Still quite okay. Okay, can follow? Can I? Okay, let's continue. Yay. Okay, 6A. The diagram shows a cylindrical container used to dispense coffee in a hotel. Radius is 18, height is 50. Calculate the volume. Volume quite straightforward. Pi r square h. Okay, write down the formula first. Put down the formula, reinforce the formula before you start to plug in the numbers. Okay, let's keep that as a habit. So 18 square times 50. So this one is 324 times 50, which is 648 pi. Okay, for Emaths, normally they don't leave it in terms of pi, so calculate the value, 648 pi. You get 6480. Okay, 6480 pi. Okay, times 10. So it's 20,357.5204. So 3 sig fig, same thing. We will still do the 3 sig fig. So this one will be 20400 to 3 sig fig. Okay, so depending on, I believe most of the cases, right, because it's relating to pi, anything that's involving a calculator of value of pi, right, requires you to go and round off to 3 sig fig. Okay, so is it even to the extent of we need to forego the 57 at the back of the whole number part, it is still 3 sig fig. So I make it to 3 sig fig. So it's 20.4K. Should be quite okay. Pi r square h. Okay. Okay, continue. 25 liters of coffee are poured into the empty container. Work out the height h of the empty space. Empty space. Oh, empty space. Not the height of the coffee. Okay, this one 2 marks. Quite straightforward. 25 liters. 我少打一个零是吗 How come so little one? Let me see again. 324 times 50. Oh, what am I talking about, man? 这么 times 2 Sorry. Answer don't make sense. This is where exercising some common sense works. Okay, I got two ahead for a while. This is actually 16.2 pi times pi. 50,893.800. This is correct already. So 50,900 cm cube. Okay, like that. Okay, can. Let's continue. Okay, now, because why is it that we detected is something wrong? Because my maximum cap just now was 20K. Then here 0.25 liters means overflow already. So maybe I sense that something is wrong at my previous part. Okay, this one makes more sense. Okay, small blunder for myself. Okay, so work out the height h for the empty container. I want to find the empty volume though. So that means the empty volume will be my 5089 3.800 minus my 25 liters. Okay, minus 25,000 ml will be 2589 3.800. Then I use this to go and find the height. Okay, so pi r square h is my 2589 3.80. So my h will be equals to this number divided by pi r square. Okay, so divided by 324 pi. This will be the resultant will be my height already. So it's about 25.439. So 25.4 lah. Can? Should be all right. Okay. So normally for workings, we use our working value. We don't use the 368 value. 368 is only for the sake of putting in the final answer. But if you want to use that answer for next few parts, always use the working value to be safe. Because why? I always mention about preserving the highest level of accuracy. So we go by this route. And then you see the pi r square, the 324 pi. I don't even talk about calculating 324 pi first. Then I got a whole string of value, then put inside. Don't need. Just keep to the in terms of pi can already. Keep to in terms of pi until the very final answer that you need to write something and on the answer line. Then you go and calculate for the value of pi. Okay. These are small habits, good practice. So these are something you guys can look into. Okay, next. Cups in the shape of a hemisphere, 3.5 and radius are filled with coffee from the container. So work out the maximum number of these cups that can be completely filled from the 25 liters. Okay, can. So I want to find the volume of this thing first. Volume of this. Okay, this little cup. Okay, so it is half of a hemisphere. No, it's half of a sphere. So I want to go back to my formula, which is the volume of a sphere. So I take the sphere, which is the ball, I chop it into half. I just slice it into half. So it's half of 4/3 pi r cube. Okay, so I don't need to explicitly go and memorize the formula for another hemisphere. Since its hemisphere comes from sphere, so just remember the sphere thing, you know what I mean? Okay, so we go back to what we know in terms of formula and adapt from there. Okay, so this is a 2/3 pi 3.5 cube. Okay, then I can key in the calculator for this one. 2/3 times pi times 3.5 cube, I will get 89.79 719 like that. So this is for 1 little cup. So I got 25,000 ml to be given out. So 25,000 divided by this number. 89.79719. I just write here a bit more longer, but I'm still using my highest level of my calculator value here. Okay, so it's 25 divided by the answer. I'll get about 278.405. So I want the maximum cups that can be completely filled. So max full cups will be 278. It's not just about, in this case, in this question, it's not just about rounding up or down. We need to consider from the context of the question. That means I want to omit all the decimal stuff, because all the decimal stuff represents the 279 cup that's not full lah. That's what it means. So we don't want not full cups. We only want full cups. So we omit all the decimal stuff, which is 278. So giving us 278. Okay, writing this line will guarantee your marks. The maximum full cups. Even though people will just say from here, oh, then they got a very bad habit of why do I call it a bad habit? Because a lot of them, right, will just do this 278. Not stringent. This is what I call not stringent. For strict teachers and strict schools, right, they will mark this, they will circle this, and then they'll call it wrong. But to guarantee your marks 100% for O-level standard, go for max full cups. That means you write one more line to tell them because of calculations is 278.405, that is why your maximum full cups is 278. 这样子就包对了。So this is not about rounding off or the sig fig or VP and round up, round down, that kind of stuff. It's not that case, because we need to consider in terms of this context. Okay. This is where I'm a bit picky on this, but being picky on this will guarantee my full marks. Okay, so take note on this one. Okay, B, another not related question, but they call it like B, whatever, can. Okay, a solid shape consists of a cube with a pyramid on top and total height of 10x. Each side of the cube is 6x. Find the surface area. Should be a very long question. 5 marks, 4 marks. Okay, can. Surface area of a solid. So as you can see, the surface area is if we look at the bottom cube, will be the 4 sides, the bottom, the base, and then the 4 triangles on top, the front, the back, the left, and the right. Okay, so a few things we can find is okay lah, quite easy. Quite easy. Okay, so let's break it down to find them systematically. That's the most straightforward part. Okay, so I want to find, let's write down the plan first. So my surface area will be 4 times the square surfaces. Is it 4? Okay, not 4, but 5, because I got the base to include. So 5 times the 5 of the squares, which is the front, back, left, right, and then 1 bottom. That's 5. Okay, and then plus 4 times of the triangle. And then I can draw this lah. So this is my grand scheme of things. So when I go ahead to solve them individually, I know what I'm talking about. Okay, so 1 square will be 6x times 6x, which is 6x whole thing square, which is 36x square. That is 1 face. I want 5 faces, which is 180x square. Okay, then we have the 4 triangles. The 4 triangles we need to be very careful, because why? The 4 triangles are slanted, so we actually need to find a curve. No curve. The slanted height. Okay, I'm going to draw this one here, like that. Okay, maybe just one more here, just like that, to show you guys what am I looking for. What are we exactly looking for is this one, the one I draw in dark blue. Okay, so you can see this one involves a bit of Pythagoras theorem, but how do we find the slanted height? Is actually super easy. Why? Because I want to find the slanted height. Anyway, the base is 6x lah. For those of you who don't know, it's 6x lah. Okay, So it's for the triangle is half times the 6x times the slanted height. Okay, I write this down here first because help us keep in mind what is our slanted height for. Okay, so slanted height will be equals to how many? Because then we need to consider Pythagoras theorem because the slanted height is a hypotenuse. So what is the base and what is the height? In this case, it's quite straightforward because it's 6x divided by 2, that's 3x. So if I were to indicate here, this is 3x because it's half. Then this height over here is 4. This is 4 because it is 10 minus 6, which is 4x. So if this is 3x and 4x, 3x and 4x, the slant height will be 5x. 这个不用看的，也不用算的。It's straight away 5x. Because 3, 4, 5 Pythagoras triplets, the teacher won't give you awards. The teacher won't give you marks if you solve for this. You can just straight away write it's 5x. Okay. On the other hand, if you go and write some Pythagoras stuff and then you go and calculate things wrongly, then you screw yourself up, teacher will minus you mark. Okay, so don't put yourself at risk. Understand your Pythagoras triplets and then continue from there. Okay, so standard height is 5x, so it's 3, 4, 5. So the triangle is half times 6x times 5x, which is 15x squared. Okay, then I want 4 pieces of it. I want 4 pieces of it. So 4 times the triangle is 60x squared. Now I got all the ingredients that I need to make my final surface area, which is 180x squared plus 60x squared, which is 240x squared cm squared. This one quite straightforward. Okay, 240x squared. Then they just say, x squared. The question say in terms of x, is it x squared or x? X squared. As long, when the question asks in terms of x, that means the answer inside must contain an x. Can already. How you make up x to form your answer does not matter. It must be related to your question. But as long as your expression inside got x, we are good. So don't need to be too rigid. Must be x then what 240 times x times x. Don't need. X squared 就是 x squared 了 ，OK， 不用怕的。OK， can。This formula is quite easy. Okay, but so the key takeaway is as long as we are very clear on the grand plan, which is the grand scheme of things. We lay the plan out in the beginning, then we go and sort it out individually part by part. Then we piece them together to get my final answer. Then your answer confirm correct. 没有理由错的. Okay? So you see from the grand scheme of things, I need 5 squares, I need 4 triangles. So I go and find each of them, then I piece them together. Confirm correct. Okay, so don't just dive in and just solve, and then solve until halfway you lost. You forgot what you're looking for. Okay, so keep the plan in mind. So always the plan on hand. Okay? Okay, next. 7. Mabel want to fence off some land as an enclosure for chickens. The enclosure will be a rectangle with an area of 60 meters square. The enclosure is x meter long. Show that the perimeter is this one. Can no problem. Small issue. Because you can find the breadth. The breadth will be 60 divided by x. This one confirmed. So the perimeter will be x plus 60 over x then times. So 2x plus 120 over x. Because perimeter is, that means this is 60 over x lah. So the idea here is I want to find one length and one breadth. Then I times 2. Times 2 to find the whole thing. That's the idea. Okay, 不用太多, just be 1 mark. Yeah, 1 mark. And then they say show, just show lah. Oh no, don't tell me find, don't tell me draw. Alamak, have to draw. Can I don't draw? I just solve the values lah. Okay lah, draw lah, draw lah, draw lah. Okay, find the value of k. So when x is 2, what's my p? So p, okay, so k equals to, when x is 2, my 2x is 4. So 120 divided by 2, 64. That's it. 好吧，就这样。Okay, on the graph, plot the points. Is the scale given to me? Oh, the scale given to me. So I can draw. Yeah, you know I have to plot my own scale. Wow, then they say, okay, just put can. X is 264. Okay. I must change my pen here. This one must be very accurate, huh? Must be accurate. Okay, let me try to make it as thin as possible. Okay, 264 is here. Okay, some people say use dot, some people use say cross. I use dot lah personally. Okay, don't charge me for it, this kind of thing. Okay, 438. Okay, 438 is here. 632 here. 831 here. Okay, 1032. So it went back up here. 1234 here. And then 14 is 36.6. Suddenly got 0.61. 36.6. 35, 36.6 here lah. So somewhere inside here lah. Okay, so you see that we have already plot the points out here. Interestingly is how did I able to find the points so quickly? People had to count. Okay, there's only one answer to this. Experience. The more you do, the more you are sensitive to the counting of the lines, you will be able to do this faster. Okay, maybe a second tip I'll add in is you must train your eye power, and your focus to be able to go and plot immediate. That means you must be able to scan the area very quickly and to plot the points on the spot. Okay, using the little bow lines as your reference points. Okay, so this one I can see is 35, something like that. So you must, this one must, all this still comes with experience. The more you do, the better you will get. Okay, this one, I'm sorry, no other shortcuts. This is the reason why I don't really like to do this graph question. I have to do that, just do that. Okay. So draw the graph. I try to sketch. Sorry, I'm not going to use the French curve on this thing. Okay. Oh shit. I just erased my points. Okay, I draw my points bigger a bit. So what I can see is like a curve. It's like a curve. So I can expect a curve. Okay. What am I doing over here is I'm actually rotating my iPad so to be able to draw the line better. Something like that. Not a very nice sketch. Let me just fine tune my stuff again. Yeah, something like that. Oh my god, my last curve not very nice. Okay, can, this is good. Something like that. Okay? Okay, D. Mabel has only 35 meters of fencing. 35 meters. Use your graph to find the range of values of X that she can choose. 35 meters. 35 meters. That means if I need to draw, I need to go and sketch the X equal to 35. Which is at where? Which is at here. Okay, so I'm going to position a line across that cuts through 35. So find the range of values of X according to my graph. That means I can only look for the things that's below the green line. Below the green line, I see is about 5 to 5 to 12.6. 12.6. Yeah, 5 to 12.6, about there. So use my graph will be 5. Just like that. Mabel would like to use the graph to estimate the length and the width of exclosure when it is a square. Suggest an equation of the straight line that Mabel could draw. Suggest an equation when it is a square. When it is a square, that means my breadth and length will be the same. So square numbers. Y equal X squared. Yeah. So that means I want to plot a graph such that when P equals to X squared, that's the idea. Because I want my X to be of the same value, that the resultant parameter, will be the square of my X. So I can draw P equal to X squared for this one. That's the whole idea. P equal X squared. Because I want I say again now, because my parameter, why am I zoom like? Okay, can. Why is it that I want P equal X squared? Because I want my P to be of a square value. Because it's a square. That means my X times X, that means my length and breadth must be the same. So I just take X square itself to get P. So if I want to draw an equation on here to suggest what he can use, it will be P equal to X squared. I mean, I draw a P equal to X squared it's like a U shape. So where it cuts that graph that I had just now will be the X that you can use. That's the idea. So I see maybe it's between 4 plus. I see about 4 plus. No, 4 plus 16. 5 is 25, 6, 36, 6, 36 的话, I see about 5 to 6 吧. Not sure about that. Can? Okay, next. How many more questions do we have? Oh, quite a bit though. Can we are in time. Okay, come, let's see. Question 8, income tax. Income tax is fun. Very fun. Okay. Quite important question also. Okay, the tables below shows part of Ahmad personal income tax bill. Employment 123K 419, total income, less approved donation, accessible income, personal reliefs, Calculate the values of P and Q. Okay, so for income tax, okay, how do they do it is that the accessible income is how much the government will see before they tax your stuff. That means, but the thing is that based on your employed income, you will take out donations first. If you donate, good for you. Then the government will reward you by charging you lesser tax. That's how they do it. So the accessible income will be very straightforward. It will be 123,419 minus 1543. This is a very straightforward calculation. So 123,419 minus 1543. 1543. Okay, 123,419 minus 1543. It will be 121,876. So this one will be 121,876. This is my value for P. Okay. Then accessible income. Then at the same time, you will also have tax reliefs. tax release, right, comes after you look at your accessible income. So it is another more thing. That means earn income 1,000. If you are an NS man, wife or parent is 1,500 off. That is true. This is true in real life. If you are an NS man or you are a wife of an NS man or you are a parent of an NS man, you will get tax reliefs. That means based on your accessible income, you get charged lesser tax. Okay, which is a good thing. This is encouraging. It's a Singapore government's rule and initiative to encourage more people, more Singapore men to serve the nation in Singapore. It's true. This is true. Okay, life insurance, I don't know why got so much, but yeah, anyway, it's 19.318K. So personal reliefs will be all of these personal reliefs. That means, you see, total personal relief will be the sum of these three things. So it's 19318 plus 2.5K. 19318 plus 2.5 will be 21818. 21818, like that. And then after you take away, you take the accessible income minus off the personal reliefs, you will get your chargeable income. So chargeable income is what they will start to tax you on based on the different tax brackets. Okay, so what we mean by tax brackets, it will be shown in the next question. This is your tax bracket. Okay, as you can see, this tax bracket is directly taken off IRAS. IRAS is the government regulatory authority where they charge you for your tax. Charge your income for your tax. So as you can see, this table is directly off IRAS. So this is exactly how Singapore charge the tax. The numbers are not being changed. It's exactly like this. Okay, a very important question, a very interesting real life application that will apply to almost every person in Singapore. Okay, so the tax rate for the year is given in the year below. Okay, so it's important to know how to read this thing. Okay, so that Ahmad's the income tax payable is $5,656.67. Okay, so basically it's based on what number? It is based on this number. This 100,058. Okay, so let's put it in. 100,058. So how does it work? How does it work? Okay, so that means we need to see 100,000 is very close to which bracket when they say on the first. Okay, basically is this bracket, because we need to see what is the highest bulk amount that they take away from. So it's equals to 80,000 plus the remaining number, which is 20,058, like that. So this is I break down the income, not the tax rate. The tax is based on, you see, on the first 80,000 is 3350. So this one comes down to be 3350. Then on the next 40,000, that means whatever remaining amount that is still within this bracket, you charge 11.5% for it. Okay, it's pretty high actually. Okay, so it's 11.5% times $20,058. Okay, so 100,058 minus 80K. Then this number times 11.5%. So you'll get 2306.67. Then you add them together, 3350. Then you will get your 5656.67. That means what does it mean? It means that he earned this amount for the year. He earned this amount for the year. He have to pay the government $5,600 for the income tax. Yes, it's pretty high actually. But considering he's earning the entire year for 100K, that means his per month income are actually quite high already. So 5.6K for the entire year is actually pretty okay. Reasonable amount. Okay, so this is how you work for income tax. So so understand very clearly how do you get the different percentages and how do you see which tax bracket. Okay. Okay, part 2. In the same year of tax assessment, Angie's income tax payable is 0.55 of Ahmad's. Angie claims that her chargeable income is also 0.55 of Ahmad's chargeable income. Do you agree? Support your stand with calculations. That's a big 5 marks. Obviously not, because we have to go and see that. We have to go and see. But I don't think it's 0.55%, because it may also end up in the different tax brackets altogether. Okay, so this one you must take note. That okay, obviously it's wrong lah, but you just need to justify why. Okay, so now we see that the income tax for Ahmad is 5656.67. So we need to find the income tax for the NG, which is 55% of this number. Okay, times 0.55 lah, which is 3111.1685. Okay, so we need to go and find the chargeable income for this one. Okay, so how do we, from the income tax, how are we able to go map it back to the tax bracket and find out what chargeable income? Let's go and see the table. Okay, so from here, okay, remember the number that we're looking for is 3111.1685. So we go back to this table. How do we see the table? You see, from the first, just now for Ahmad, we already went straight to the tax bracket here, because we know the income is about 100K. Think about this. Now that NG's income tax is lesser than 3350, that means it must be around here already. It must be slightly below already. Okay, so we can already see that because if the income tax is 3111, is lesser than 3350. If it's 3350 and above, we will look at the same tax bracket as compared to Ahmad. But in this case, it's not. It's lesser than 3350. That means it will be one tax bracket lower. So what we can see from here is that the chargeable income for NG, right, is between 40K to 80K. Then from there, we go and see what is the chargeable income. Okay, so let's focus on this one. On the first 40K, this one. So from here, we go and break down the income tax. Then we go and work backwards to see what is the chargeable income. Okay, so this is for 7%. So the 3111.1685 must be same thing, broken down to two components. One is the fixed 550, because this is from the first 40K, is 550. Then the remaining amount will be the 7% of how many? Which is of NG chargeable income. So I put NG's income. I just put NG lah. NG minus 40,000. Like that. So by finding the variable NG, we will be, okay, I just put A lah, just put A. Or do I need to define a variable? Okay, let's do it very clear lah, in case people start to ask. Okay, so where we be? So we say let, oh sorry, 按到哪里去了? Here, okay. So I say let A be NG's chargeable income. Okay, so how it works is this. If I break down her income tax, it will be 550. This is fixed for the first 40K, and then plus 7% of what NG earned minus 40K. So our objective here is to find A, the value of A. Okay, so let's go and work backwards. So 77% of this whole thing equals to this number minus 550 will be 2561.1685. Then this is 7%. So I want to find this one. which is the remaining chargeable income that make her pay that 2.5K for the income tax. Okay, so this is 7%, so it's 100 divided by 7 times this answer, about 36K. 5881214. Okay, so this is the A minus 40K. So from here we can go and find what is A, which is plus 40K lah. Add back the 40K, which is 76588.12143. So this is Angie's full chargeable income. As you can see, is it 55% of 100K? No, it's definitely not. Okay, so from here we can already see that how can we say that so you can write down Angie's income over the 100,058 times 100% is not equals to 55%. Like that. So we must be able to write this statement. Okay, so do you agree? No, I do not agree. No. Angie's chargeable income is 76,588 0.1222 DP, which is not 55% of Ahmad's. That's all. We just need to show that it's not. Through calculations to justify that it's not, we are done. Okay, just like that. So where does the 5 marks come from? 1 mark from the explanation. I think 4 marks from the calculations of working backwards from the given income tax. We work backwards to go and find what is the chargeable income. Can? 7%, yeah. Obviously, it's not lah. Please don't be so naive. It's not. Okay, so that is for income tax. Very important live application question that everyone can benefit from this. Okay, next. Yay, number patterns, my favorite. Small triangles are formed by placing rods between dots as shown in diagram below. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 4, 9, 6, 25. This one 不用看，直接写 please 这种哦。By now you should know your square numbers already. Okay, 3, 6, 10, 15. Plus 4, plus 5, plus 6, 21. 不用看。Okay, number of dots is given. Number of rods are given. Why is it 21 straightforward? Because it's plus 3, plus 4, plus 5, plus 6. For those of you who understand what are triangular numbers, these are your triangular numbers. So as you can see, how do we infer? Because this whole diagram is all triangle lah. So it's triangular numbers lor. Okay, 1, 4, 9, 6, 25. All these are your square numbers. So make sure you know what you're talking about. Make sure you know your square numbers. Make sure you know your triangular numbers. I've been teaching this since P6. Okay, so for those of you who are not sure on this, please go and revise on your own number pattern stuff. Number pattern is first introduced in P6 and Sec 1. So this is just an extension from there. It's the same thing. Okay, continue. Why is it not possible to have 1025 small triangles? Because 1025 is not a square number. Then it's not a square number. The closest will be 1024. That is 32 square, if I'm not wrong. 32 square. 1025 is not a square number. That's why it cannot have 1025. Well, it's not a square number. One mark. Give it. Given that R equals to D plus D minus 1. Okay, Lord, they give you all the numbers already. Don't need to think anything much already. Okay, calculate the value of N. Okay, can, no problem. Because from here we can solve for T. T is just the square of N. You must understand that. Okay, so 1584 equals to 561 plus T minus 1. Like that. So therefore T will be equal to 1024, which is what we talked about earlier on, 32. Okay, just a quick check. One square root of 1024 is 32. Not sure you guys can see. Yeah, 32. Can 32. So T is 32. By T is 32 is N is 32. T is 1024. N is 32. 2 marks. This one can see. Okay. Next, a sequence 1, 3, 6, 10, 15. An n term of the above sequence is half n plus n plus 1. This is the triangular number sequence. Okay, so no reason not to find it. What an expression for R in terms of n? Huh? R in terms of n. They already give me R equal to D plus T minus 1. Can lah. I use that one. R equals to D plus T minus 1. So this one is my D. What's my D? D is my triangular sequence. Okay, so but as you can see, in this sequence of D, right? It does not start from 1. It starts from the term after that. Okay, so it's 3, 6, 10, 15, 21. So we must take note on the adjustments. So this is because here they tell us this is half times n plus 1. So in terms of the D, we want to leave it over to, or I want to link it over to the top. So the D starts from 3 over there. So what happens is I need to evolve all my n to n plus 1. That means it will look like that. N plus, instead of n, I write n plus 1. Then the next bracket, n, it becomes n plus 1. Then the plus 1. This one important. This is the trick question because in that sequence on top of D, there's no 1. It starts from 3. So I'm actually borrowing the next term. Can you understand? Okay. Then what's my T? T is my n square lah. T is n square plus n square minus 1. Like that. Okay, then I go and simplify everything. N plus 1, n plus 2 plus n square minus 1. Can simplify or not? Can simplify. Let's simplify this in. This is half times n square. No, cannot. I thought that n square can cancel off, but cannot. Then leave it like that. Okay, so this is half times n plus 1, n plus 2 plus n square minus 1. How many votes will there be in diagram 16? Diagram 16 means n equals 16. So just sub in. Half times 17 times 18. Half times 17 times 18 plus 256 minus 1. So this one is 9. So 90 plus 63, 153. So 153 plus 256 minus 1. 153 plus 255. So this one is 408. Quite straightforward. Okay, what is important for this part or part D is the n plus 1, n plus 2. This one important. A lot of people will just plug in the formula as it is already, then think it's correct. Actually, they will get it wrong. Because I say again, because in the sequence of D, it started from 3. It didn't start from 1. So we cannot say n equals to half. We cannot say it's 1, 3, 6, 10, 15. In this sequence, it's 3, 6, 10, 15. I'm actually borrowing the second term already. So I need to evolve. I need to push my sequence forward by 1 step. That's why my n must all become n plus 1. Okay, so I make a highlight for example, n plus 1, n plus 1. You see how it evolves from there? Okay, that's how it works. So find the expression of D in terms of n. 很烦嘞，一直用这个东西。Isn't it what we did over there? D equals to half times n plus 1, n plus 2. Isn't it there? It's the same thing. We did we did most of the stuff there already lah. Can? Same lah, 1 mark only. 1 mark means can see from the stop, can see your stuff already. Okay, next. Question 10, CF graph. The mass of 14 oranges were measured. The CF graph shows the distribution of the masses. Box and whiskers below show the mass of the 40 apples. I believe the same group of 40 apples. Okay. Minimum, maximum. Use the two diagrams to complete this table for the two groups. Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, orange and apple. All these 40 apples. These oranges. Okay, I misread the question. So there are actually two different types of groups. Two different types of fruits. Okay, at the same time, we need to compare their statistics. Okay. Upper quartile, lower quartile, interquartile range 11. Okay, median or apple is 126. Why they give us the easy stuff already? Not fun. Okay, but let's look at the oranges. The 40 oranges are. The median will be where 20th is. The 20th is somewhere here. So I can see that it's let me see, it's see from here. 1, 2. The middle will be 130, 126, 127, 127.5. 127.5. Okay. Okay. Lower quartile for apple is 120 because it's this one. Then this one should be 131 upper quartile. And that's how we get our interquartile range of 11, because 130 minus 120. So we need to ensure that our difference is 11 lah. Since they give us 11, we can use it to check. Then lower quartile and upper quartile for oranges. Lower quartile will be 25% of 40. So we look at 10 mark. The 10 guy will be here. So it's a 121. Then this one I will imply is 132. But to be safe, we go and check. Okay. Upper quartile should be the 30th. 131, correct? 131, which is here. Okay, can describe how the CF curve for the apples may differ for the oranges. The interquartile range is the same. Median higher. Minimum, maximum. The minimum is 105, same. The maximum also same, 145. The graph will be about the same, just up a bit only. May differ. I don't see much difference though. My minimum and maximum is the same. My interquartile range is the same. My median is slightly higher for oranges. As you can see, for the lower quartile and upper quartile for both my ranges will be both of them are 1 gram higher lah. So the range will still be the same. May differ. Apples. Lower. The same lah. The general shape will be the same. It will still touch the same minimum and maximum points. How to write? May differ.就这样吧。没有，我觉得没有什么东西讲嘞，真的没有什么东西讲，就是这样而已。Okay. My IG is still on. My IG is still on the coffee question. Coffee question is damn long ago. Let me check my live. Is it on live or not? My IG didn't show that I'm live. That's weird. So am I live or not live? But I got see people joining. Never mind lah. Whatever it is lah. Okay, can. Generally for this graph, nothing much. Nothing much. Just a median lower only. That's all. Yeah. Okay, next. See. Below are two statements comparing the distributions of masses of orange and apples. For each statement, write true or false. Apples are heavier than oranges. False. Because of the lower median of 126 grams compared to 127.5 grams of oranges. Number two, greater percent of oranges weigh more than 131 grams in apples. A greater percentage weigh more than 131. Wow. True. The derivation for this one is slightly more difficult. Why? How do we explain it's true? You see, this is where we need to study the upper quartile numbers. What does this actually mean? Because it's all measuring, both of them is 40. The mass quantity is 40. The total number quantity is 40. So when we say upper quartile is 132 grams for oranges, right? What does it mean? It means that there are 10 oranges. 10 oranges that's 132 and above. 10 oranges. Okay, but for apples is 131 grams. That means the 10 apples is 131 and above. Greater percentage of 131. Oh, oranges false, then it should be false. Because there are more apples. Because there are more apples measuring 10. No, true. Wow, that's small, yeah. Okay, true. I'm confusing myself lah. Okay, so there are 10 apples, there's 132 and above. For apples, right, is 10 weighing 131 and above. So there will be a chance where more apples are in 131. The apples in the 131 range. That means between 131 and 132. Okay, but I can guarantee that there are already more oranges, right? That is higher than 131 already, because it's 10. Confirm guarantee is more than 132. So there are a higher percentage of oranges that weigh more than 131. Yes. More than 131. Let me think about this. I need to find a way to properly like phrase it. If not, it's very hard to. It's very hard to explain. 131 grams. Higher percentage. How can I say this? It's still true. It's still true. Okay. How do I say this? Because 75% of the top 25%, which is the top 10 oranges, right, is 132 and above. That means, right, it's already 10. So for apples, right, that means for those, there will also be another small percentage of oranges that is 131 grams. That means I can also say that it will be slightly higher percentage of oranges, more than 131, because 25% guaranteed is 132 and above. That means plus a few more percentages that is 131 exactly. That is the case for oranges. For apples, is 10 oranges is 131 and above. So 131 and above to 145 is 25%. So if I were to list it out, okay, I draw it over here. For oranges, 25% is 132 and above. 25% is more than 132. That is what we gathered from the upper quartile range. Then definitely there will be some percentage that is equals to 131. We don't know how many though, but we know it's definitely there is some oranges that is 131 grams. But for apples, is 25% is 131. That means it's only 25%. I'm only comparing 25%. So what we're comparing is the 25% of apples and the 25% plus the don't know how many percent for oranges. So true. Because, how do you say true? I'm trying to phrase this in the most layman possible. There are definitely more than 25% of oranges more than 131 grams compared to 25 grams strictly 25% of apples. This is the more tricky part. This is the more tricky part. Okay, can. Next, the group frequency table for the masses of the oranges is given below 5, 10, 25. Calculate the estimate of the mean mass. Okay, this one mark, 1 mark. Please miscalculated. Okay, so this one we go to stats. Okay, I'm using a short calculator. You guys should know how to key in your mass your data and find your mean and SD from here. Okay, SD. So what's my X? X is 105 to 115. So you find the midpoint. That's why it's an estimate. All these are group data. Group data, you take the midpoint of each of the tables, each of the categories. So 105 to 115, we take 110, 110, 120, 130, 140. Then we have 5, 10, 20, and 5. Okay, so going to my stat, I want to find my value. My N is 40. My min mass is 126.25. What's my SD? 8.56. No, 8.57. This one is directly reading off the calculator. So no reason not to not know. SD is my mu value. Mu value 8.56. Okay. This is already off the calculator. So no need working. Answer correct means correct. Okay, next, part 3. 2 oranges are chosen at random without replacement. Calculate the probability at least one of the oranges weigh at least 125. Weigh at least 125. That means there are 25 oranges to be chosen. Okay, so the first oranges will be 25 over 40. And since they say without replacement, that means my total will change. I take already, right? I don't want to put back already. I throw already. Okay, so the next one that I choose will be 24 oranges remaining times 39. This is my answer, which is no need think too much lah. Just press calculator lah. I want to simplify also can. Divide by 4, divide by 4. So 150 over 390 lah. So 15 over 25 times 6, right? Then divide by 390. Oh wait, normal. Mode normal. So it's 150 divided by 390. So it's 5 out of 13. Okay. As long as you lay out the percentages, the probability of each instance correctly, we are good to go. Okay. At least, at least one. I'm so sorry. That means the percentage is higher already. I misread the question. So basically what it means is that at least one is at least one Winning. Okay. At least one. That means the first one is 25 over 40. The next one must not at least one. At least one. Okay, at least one, there are a couple of situations. So what I can also do is I can take 1 minus the probability where both are not at least 125. Why do we use the complement of probability in this case? Why? Because at least one could be both. Can be the first one, can be the second one, can be both. So there are too many calculations to be solved in this case. So the most straightforward way is to find 1 minus the other situation where it does not fit here. So if I want at least one of the oranges weighing at least 125, the other case will be none of the oranges is at least 125. So I can find 1 minus p, both are not 125. So I want to find the other way. So it's 1 minus the rest of the things, which is 15. 15 oranges, and the other guy also cannot be 125. So it's 14 over 39. Okay, at the same point, at this time, I also need to multiply by 2. Why? Need to multiply by 2 or not? 第一例,第二例, no need. Because this is the only chance, this is the only case where both oranges are not 1.5. So I take the complement of this, then the rest of the situations will fit into my question already. So I take 1 minus the complete. So I'm taking the complement of it, basically. So it's 1 minus 210. Oh yeah, I lazy, I press calculator. So 15 over 40 times 14 divided by 39. So I got 7 out of 52. So 1 minus this one is 40. 45 out of 52. That's my answer. Okay, I misread the question just now. I'm so sorry. But now we understood the question is we can actually use the complement of it. Okay? Okay, that's all for question 10. Let's move on to question 11. How much question do I have? Am I ending soon? Last 10 minutes though. Okay, there's a 12. Oh, this one. This one I do before then. This one for property guru one, this one. Huh. Then got interest rate. Don't need CPF housing fund. Last 10 minutes. Which one do I do? I do 11 can. The 12 you all do yourself can. Because I'm rushing off at 1 o'clock. Can. Okay, 11A. 5 part. 5 part question. 5 part question. Quite easy. On Monday, Dev goes on a 3.6 kilometer run. Tell you what, let's do question 12, which is the most important question. I think most of you are struggling with real life application question. So 11A is a simple algebra 5-part questions. Can I leave it to you all? I leave it to you all. If you need me to talk about 11, right? Leave a comment in the YouTube at the bottom of this video. Go and comment that you all want question 11. Then I'll maybe upload a separate clip to talk about 11. In the meantime, I'll go to 12 first. Okay? I'll skip 11. Let's go to 12. 12 is a very big question. Important property question. On the map, 3 MRT stations, Braddell, Caldecott, and Toa Payoh join to form a triangle. This question I do before. On the map, construct the perpendicular bisector. I don't want leh, cannot. Perpendicular. I don't have the tools now lah. Can y'all do or not? Y'all can do right. Let's go to part B. Okay, come. They want to buy resale unit at Toa Payoh. They found the following units. All these are legit sailings, legit listings though. Okay. Square meter per square foot. Which unit is the most value for money? Explain. Ayo, this one just divide lor. find which one has the lowest per square meter, per square foot, per square foot. Actually, don't need lah. We can already use the PSF to go and find. So which one is the lowest? Which one is the lowest? D lor. Lowest price per square foot. That's it actually. To look at property values, right? We look at PSF, standard one. I got friends who are in property agents, property industry. Yeah, the most straightforward is to find PSF. Square meter. 要去 divide 吗？我觉得是不用啦，不用啦。Okay, lowest price per square foot. But price per square foot also affected by the area also, but all Toa Payoh lah, same lah. Right? Should be the same, right? Let's go and see. Okay, if I were to do some quick calculations on the per square, how much per square meter, can find or not? Can lah, can find lah. We try first. 67. 5199 per square meter divided by 63. 4920. 4920. Yeah, it will still be unit D because it's still the lowest. Okay, so we just look at the per square foot will do. Okay, next. Both joint and share are the first time HDB applicants as a married couple. They want to purchase a unit that's closest to MRT. Their combined monthly income is 7.5K, and they wish to complete financing their home in 15 years' time using HDB loans. John's friend Janet, also Singaporean, looking for a purchase B, which is 2K away from her mom's place under the single scheme. Janet is 38 this year and her monthly salary is 6.5K. Assuming they receive all the relevant grants and take out the maximum loan amount, suggest the number of years that Janet should take to service the bank loan such that her interest paid is lower than John and Che. Wow, Shaq. Justify any decisions you make and show your calculations clearly. 8 marks. Wow, 高啦. This one, Shaq, this one. Okay, so there are a few things that you're going to go and find. 8-mark question. Okay, wow, 5 minutes for 8-mark question. Wait, let me on my lights first. Okay, 8-mark questions. There's a lot of things we can need to do. Wow, interest paid is lower, and her monthly salary is 6.5. Interest, comparing interest, should service the bank loan. Okay, let's see what the bank stuff first. This is the bank loan stuff. Bank loan, 1.8% interest rate, 90% of purchase price. Okay, 8 marks. So we need to go and find the interest for John first. John first. Okay, combined monthly income 7.5K, complete their financing in 15 years' time. So they take HDB loan. Interest per month, maximum loan. Let's go and understand the diagram first. So there's a PHG within 4 clicks from parents. Does John and Che is near their parents' place also? Okay, let's see. Grant amount, singles, couple, family here. So income ceiling, he will get 80K grant. Then for this one will be grant amount within 4 clicks from parents. Is it near to MRT station? Okay, near to MRT. Did you talk about anything that's related? Resale unit in Toa Payoh. Singles grant, family grant, income ceiling. So we're going to highlight the things that is needed for John first. Number one, you got a income ceiling, this one. We got 50K grant. Then they also have a 15 to 30K with a star down there. Not sure for the PhD for John. Did they say anything about that one? No, don't have. So this one don't have for John. But for 80K, this one income ceiling can. Okay, so for let's go and find for John first. Okay, they are buying. Which one are they buying? They also never say. Oh. Buy D, right? They say value for money, right? Wow. A lot of assumptions there. That is closest to the MRT station. That is closest to the MRT station. A, B, C, D. Oh, that means I need to use my diagram lah. Walao eh. A, B, C, D. Closest to MRT C lor. That means they are buying C. John is buying C, which is this one. Oh, John is flat C. Ah, interesting. Okay, so that means we have $465,000 here. Okay. So that means this is a 465,000. That means okay. So the grants, it is for John. For grants wise, he gets 80K plus 50K. That means 130K. That means the payable amount, which is how many? 335,000. Okay, so they taking HDB loan. Take HDB loan, they can only loan 90% of the purchase price. So this payable is the purchase price, by the way. Purchase price. So they can loan is 90%. So it's 90% of the 335. I also HDB loans, yeah. I also agent. Huh? Okay, so the loan that they can take is 301,500. And then they hope to clear it off in 15 years. Okay, 15 years. The interest is 2.6% per annum. 2.6% per annum. So the yearly interest is 2.6% of this amount. Okay, which is times 0.026, which is 7839. This is per annum. So per annum interest paid. Okay, so the total interest will be over 15 years. So the total interest would be 7839 times 15, which is 117,585. So this is the total interest over 15 years for John. Okay, if they purchase flat C. Okay, that's the idea. Okay, now Jenna want to buy B. So number of years that she should take. Okay, you want to buy B, which is 2 clicks away from her mom's place. Okay, so B is this one, which is 348338. Okay, so this is Janet, which is B, which is 348338. So from here, I need to, same thing, I need to go and collate all the grants that this guy will get first. Okay, number one, she's single. So he will get, what's his monthly salary is 6.5. Oh no. So no grant for this one, don't have. Because this income ceiling 4.5. So don't have. Okay. Within 4 click, yeah, no income ceiling, 10 to 20K. Stay within 4 click from parents. So this one can. And take the maximum grant, so 20K. So this one have 20K. Singles grant, 2 to 4 room, 50K. Income ceiling, this one can. Because it's income ceiling is 6.5K. Income ceiling here is 7K, so can get. So and he's taking a 3-room flat, so 50K grant here. Family grant. She's single, too bad, don't have. So the grants here, it will be 20K plus 50K. Will be 70K. So the purchase price will be how many? 3, 4, how many? 348,338. Okay, correct. Okay, 348,338 minus 70K. So this guy will be paying 278,338. Okay, that is her purchase price. But this Janet wants to take a bank loan. Bank loan, correct. So bank loan is only 75% of the purchase price. So that means the loan amount will be 75% of this number. Times 0.75 will be 208,753.50. Okay, so and then the interest will be 1.8%. So now the question is how many years so that it is lower than the 117.5. Okay, so it's 1.8%. The yearly interest. And then how many years? How many years? How many years is what we need to find out. Okay, how many years? Okay, but at least we know that it's how many years? How many years? 15 years. Okay, so we can find the yearly interest first, which is 1.8% of the 208,753.50. So it's times 1.8 divided by 100. So this one is 3,757.563. So how many years must clear off such that the interest is lower? Okay, so we just take how many years should service the bank loan such that her interest is lower. So that means I must take 1, which is that's not the interest. I compare. So it's 117,585 divided by 3,757 over 563. Okay, or I can write down an inequality to show this, which is much more better also. So 3,757.563 x. Let x be a number of years. Let x be number of years. So this number must be less than 117.585. 117,000. Okay, basically 117,585. So x must be less than 117,585 divided by this number will be 31 years. Wow. 31 no? $30 ah. Can lah. Can lah. That works too lah. Okay. What happened to my life? My life hang there, is it? 哎呀，算了啊，这个。Okay. I'm not sure if my Instagram live is still ongoing. I think it's gonna hang there for a while. I'm gonna end my IG live first. If you continue, this live video won't be saved. I don't want to discard my live video unless you previously chosen to archive all your live videos. I don't want. Let me go and check my IG later. My IG always got some issues on. Okay. So back here is so what is the number of years? How do I answer the question? So Janet should take 31 years. Lower. Yeah, 31 years. Such that her lowest interest paid is lower than that of Joy and Qie. Lower interest per year. 30 years, 30 years. 31 years. But in fact, anything less than 30, 1 year also lower. Right? Technically. Such that her interest paid. Because they never say monthly interest. If they say monthly interest, we can talk about something. That means we can need to divide by a number of 15 years or whatsoever. But they only talk about the interest paid. So not a very nice number to talk about. 很奇怪 because X can be any number within less than 31. I just put 31 31 years. Justify any decisions you make such that I assume, okay, so the assumption here is simple interest. The assumption is interest is calculated based on simple interest. If compound interest then sell already, then it will go damn high already. Long like that. Okay, so this is what I get. 31 years. About 31. Because anything 32, that means you hit you beyond 117 already. Okay, this one, let me go and check answer key. 30.7. Oh, he take lower grants though. Take lower grants though. Okay. 335. Okay, 11755 is already we found that, so we already got 4 marks over there. So for Janet, 15K. Why 15K? I thought they say maximum amount. Oh, I assume maximum grant. For me, I assume maximum grant. I assume maximum grant. 0.75 times 1.8. So 30.7. To incur less servicing her loan in 20 years. I took the average of the grant for PhD as I'm unsure. So technically, my answer will be justifiable as well. Okay, and assumption is maximum PH grant given. Because for me, I should take 30 years or give a nice number. That means any number less than 30, 31 is good enough. Okay, I just put 31 and push the limit. Okay, but for the answer key, they give 20. So any number is reasonable. So what's the assumption is that the maximum PhD is given. So in their assumption, they take half. they don't know how much they will get. Okay, so I just take maximum. I just take all maximum. So as long as my assumption is given, then it will justify my answer to be 31.29. We are good to go. Okay, 8 marks. So this left side is 4 marks, the right side is 4 marks. So total 8 marks. Assumptions total 12 marks. There's a lot of stuff. Okay. Okay, that will be the end of this paper. Okay, for question 11, if you don't need any help, just let me know in the comment section below. Then I'll go maybe do a separate clip to let you guys see how to do for question 11. Otherwise, this paper I feel it's actually quite doable. Difficulty level 6. 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10. As long as you remember your formulas, all will be good. All will be good. Nothing too fanciful. Everything quite okay. Okay. So for those of you who requested for this paper, and then you wanted to ask what specifically to certain questions of how I explain it or how I answer it, hopefully through the going through of this paper today, I'll be able to answer some of your doubts. If you still have any questions, same thing, leave your comments in the comment section below, and then let me know what is it that you guys need help in terms of explanation or solving or the rationale, how to start the plan, whatever. Okay, just let me know here. Maybe subsequent session, I'll go back to do the paper 1 for this. Can? Okay, so with that, we've end off today. Wow, 60 pages. Okay, with that, we'll end off this one. This paper is a TKSS Prelim 2021 for Sec 4 paper 2. Okay, so I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.